All right, welcome to episode 84 of My FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there's a blog, there's a video, there's a transcript. What else? Anyway, the blog can be found at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com, or you could try myfxbuddies.com. I definitely need to correct that because we're going to be here for a while, in my opinion. So, but if you're going to do myfxbuddies.com, you have to use HTTPS as in Sam. The transcript is at rss.com, myfxbuddies. And then all the podcast places, anywhere that I am is myfxbuddies. And YouTube, if you go to YouTube, if you're listening on YouTube, I said listening because it appears you're watching a video, but you're really not. What you have to do is below the box that appears to be a video, look for the word more, click the word more, a box opens up, and the link to the blog is there. And anywhere you're listening to this, or watching it, because Spotify.com has video content if you're a paid subscriber, I believe, and then audio if you're just free. But anywhere you're enjoying this content, there's a more or info or description or something like that. If you click on that, it'll open and the link to the blog is there. And this is another one you may want to go to the blog. All right? Because there's a video that's on. So the video that Frank26 put out, someone on Twitter put the words in English, but you can't embed a Twitter video, right? Or I don't know how. So I have the link to the Twitter person that did it on the blog. All right. And I'm going to show you some pictures of some withdrawn notes that they're letting the citizens buy. Why would they well, for collectors. But I think that would be confusing right about now when we're expecting the new lower denominations to come out. Then you're also going to put for sale withdrawn notes. I don't know, it's crazy, but I'll show you that. All right, so let's get into it. It is July 18th, and we know what some people were looking for, and it didn't happen. So they did have the meeting. They had the meeting. Let's see. There's 4 articles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So they're all there on the blog if you'd like to read them. But so the one that I used for the title was Economist calls on the government to delay joining the World Trade Organization. And he has good reasons too. But before we get into that, let's see. Here's the title of, I'll go through the titles of the articles and you can see the flavor of them. Minister of Trade stresses importance of Arab support for Iraq's ascension to the WTO, or World Trade Organization. Here's another one. Minister of Trade, Iraq's ascension to the World Trade Organization will contribute to stimulating economic growth. Will being future. If it happens, it will, right? But it is going to happen, just not today. And here, oh, you know what? Sorry. This is the wrong article. Shoot. Oh well, I'll take this out. Because matter of fact, this is old. Okay, so for now, there's 3 articles. But anyway, so let's see. What's this? Okay, that's the Economist. Here, this one says, I'm listening because in Iraq's news, okay, break here. I'm talking about another subject really quick. Iraq's news has announced our president is going to announce he's dropping out of the race. I don't see that I see some other headlines in our news, but I don't see that. So I'm watching our, well, this show that I watch every day anyway, because they'll if it does happen, they'll break to it as, what is that? Breaking news. So I have that on. You may hear it. I apologize if you do. Okay, but I'm thinking, since there's another little event going on tonight. See, that's what I would do. I would be like, oh, you think you got an announcement? Here's my announcement, right? Come out at the same time. Okay, anyway, okay, be serious. Back to the World Trade Organization. So here's his name. The Minister of Commerce, with his three names, met with the Saudi ambassador and head of the working group on Iraq's ascension to the World Trade Organization in the presence of the ambassadors, see that? Of the Arab countries, I apologize, of the Arab countries in the organization to discuss mobilizing Arab support. So it sounds to me like they still need a little more support. At the same time, the minister pointed out the economic and commercial benefits that will accrue to Iraq and the Arab countries through the ascension. So he gave a speech, right? The Minister of Trade. So he's like, look, it'll help us and it'll help you guys too. So support us in our mission. But is this the one with the world? There's one that says they still have challenges to their path, encouraging competition, stimulating accession. Okay, wow. Well, indicating that money will contribute, which includes setting timetables to achieve the liberalization foreign other measures. Well, one of these articles has a sentence that says they have challenges in their path to ascension. Okay, so it didn't happen. It's not gonna happen. Here it is. Is this the one? Is this? Yeah. All right. Bear with me. Okay. The statement added, so this is his statement. During the meeting, the progress made by Iraq in meeting the requirements for ascension and the challenges it faces in this path were reviewed. So they have challenges. He's getting a report that he has to take back to Sadani and anyone else, probably Minister of Planning, probably Finance Minister, and say, look, sorry guys, here's some stuff we have to work on, right? So if you read these, it should put it to bed. They are not in the WTO and they have work to do. They got work to do. All right, now here's this economist, and he is Bassam, called on the Iraqi government to delay Iraq's ascension because we're not ready, right? Here's what he says. Let me make sure this is right. and implementing industry. Yeah, this is it. So if you don't want to read all of this, it's short. It's just 4 paragraphs. But the last paragraph, this is what he says. The economic expert explained that since Iraq depends on oil exports and oil is not subject to customs barriers by importing countries, it should be cautious before seeking to join the World Trade Organization and work towards economic reform and begin implementing plans to diversify local production and build industrial capabilities that support the trend towards exporting abroad, which contributes to enhancing one positive effects of the accession process. So he's saying, let's get our house in order. Let's get our economic reforms done. Then we can reach out to the world, right? Get us our industry going, get us some local production, then let's reach out. So I think they have a long way to go, all right? But don't get down. They don't need, it's my opinion, but I say this all the time. They were going to RV in 2014. They put an article out that said the project to delete the 3 zeros was going to be completed, but because of ISIS, we're putting it off until 2019. And everyone was, oh no, that can't be right. They're so close and da 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 da. But look, here we are now. It's 2024 and we're still waiting. So if they were going to complete the project to delete the zeros in 2014, they weren't anywhere as near close to joining the World Trade Organization as they are now. It doesn't matter. Okay? So don't get down. Okay, look at this. I think this is very interesting considering 3 days ago now, that person in Saudi Arabia or a company, whatever, made the video explaining they're going to change their currency, right? And look who Sadati had a phone call with. Yeah, Crown Prince, um, Crown Prince of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. So they spoke. Of course, they're not saying what they talked about, just building relations between the two brotherly countries. But I think that's very interesting. But they've been working, for about 2 weeks now. There's been lots of articles about Saudi Arabia investing in Iraq. Okay, so we're going to move on. Now we're going to talk about, there's some dollar articles out. The Rafidan Bank put an article out, a movement to implement a strategic vision aimed at expanding the customer base. So this strategic vision phrase may come up again in a different article. So they came out and said, there's a movement to implement a strategic vision aimed at enhancing the banking experience and expanding the customer base, right? Oh, I don't like this show, so I'm going to turn that off. All right. Wow, it's after 1 o'clock already. Okay. So they talk about Rafidan Bank and blah, blah, blah. And then here, if you want to read this, these are the services that they want to make readily available. And once they do it, because remember, they're the state bank. If Rafidan does it, then Rashid will do it. And then, what's the other one? The Trade Bank of Iraq will do it. So if you'd like to read that, it's pretty long. Pretty boring too, but okay. The dollar rises and prices are waiting. What awaits the Iraqi economy? And they just list the prices, $14.92, $14.90. So it's coming down. It was $1,500. Actually, it had gone back over $1,500. However, the holiday's over. Today was the last day. They focused on the youth. So the holiday's over, and the travelers will be going back to their wherever they live. So technically, the dollar should be going down. The dollar should be going down because there should be less demand for it. But they have some nice little bullet points here. They talk about how the purchasing power of the Iraqi dinar declines as the dollar goes up. The purchasing power becomes more difficult for citizens to purchase goods and services. Then it says expectations. No significant changes in exchange rates are expected in the short term. Isn't that depressing? I don't like seeing that, but you know, they have to put what they have to put, right? In the long term, exchange rate stability depends on improving the political and economic situation in Iraq. So, yeah. All right. Good news about the dollar. A government source says the exchange rate is heading towards improvement and stability. So this is another short little article. The good news is a company will soon be working to audit remittances for foreign currencies other than the dollar, in addition to restricting the sale of cash dollars exclusively through airports, which will lead to the trash people. Close my window. All right. It will lead to improving and stabilizing the dollar, according to an informed government source. So who could that company be? I wonder if it's Ernst & Young. But so they're going to have an audit. And then hopefully they'll clear that audit well. And maybe we'll get what we're waiting for. Okay, what's this one? Oh, so they're doing another bond offering. The article's there. I'm not going to go over it for time's sake. Oh boy, we're already at 17 minutes. Okay, but I do want to read this because I think this is interesting. So they put this announcement out. Oh, we're doing another bond offering. You can buy it through the ISX. It's for the people, right? The terms, rates, all of that is there, right? Okay. But this is an economist. Yeah, there's his name right there. He says financial bonds target citizens' hoarded funds and list their benefits. So he's saying this is how we're going to get all that money they got sitting in their homes under the mattresses. Well, we're going to entice them with these bonds to bring that money in. So he says about 85% of the issued money is hoarded by citizens and causes an imbalance in the national economy as well as a state of inflation. And then it goes on to talk about the bonds. So I thought that was interesting. And then here, so right below that is the article with the full information. And that the title is in two categories, and this is the size of the interest. A new issue of government achievement bonds is being offered. Oh, there is one thing that's interesting. It says the new issuance of bonds is based on the Federal General Budget Law number 13 for the fiscal years 2023, 2024, 2025. Now they're going to issue these starting July 22nd. So they're spending money out of the budget that we're still waiting to see. Oh, speaking of waiting to see, let's see. If I don't do this right now, I'll forget. So, the Gazette. Look at this. They posted a new Gazette. But guess what the number is? 4784. And then also see it's what's this date right here? It's good as of. It's a as of date, but that's not the word I want to use. Effective. Effective July 15th. See that? And today's the 18th. Now, that's probably due to the holiday. Maybe that's why there's an ex, extended time there. But, so you can see here, 4781 is published, 83, and 84. So we're still waiting for 4782. All right. Let me go back over here. Okay. Here, look, the chairman of the Investment Authority is meeting with Bangladesh so they can develop economic cooperation. Bangladesh. All right, here's my buddy, Nusar. Nope. Samir Al-Nusari. I call him my buddy because he looks like my favorite uncle. So this is 2 articles we've had recently. So this is titled Proposed Vision to Activate the Government and Central Bank Procedures in Economic and Banking Reform. This article is long and boring. And basically, what is he saying? I do have a bolded part right here if you'd like to read that. But actually, I want to point out this one part. Elites. Oops. Elites. E-L-I-T-E-S. Look at this. So they're going to do the monetary reforms and they're going to have new systems and all of this, right? He says, starting a systematic movement to draw a roadmap for economic, administrative, and legal reform carried out by the Iraqi elites. That's first and foremost, not the citizens, not the government, but the Iraqi elites. So, is there going to be any changes? I doubt it. And it's in print. And what gets me is he's probably an elite. He's probably one of the Iraqi elites. So, it's no different than here, right? Our Federal Reserve, it's owned by private individuals, right? But I don't know, that just cracks me up. Okay, so Iraqi elites and economic, financial, and banking competencies, which then they have in parentheses, government and private sector. So the elites are first, government second, and then private sector's third. Okay, but anyway, so if you want to read that, it really is nothing new. They talk about the exchange rate being, needing to be stable. They talk about going from cash to digital, activating the non-oil productive sectors, all that stuff we know. But that's new information right there to me. What I just read to you, that's new information to me. So I wanted to point that out to you. Okay, let's see. Here, the Iranian Foreign Ministry is complaining America uses the dollar to unilaterally dominate the world. And they also talk about the BRICS. So that's why they want the BRICS to come together to get away from the dollar. Okay. Oh, so we're almost done. So the rest of these articles have to do with military stuff. There was a drone attack. The Pentagon confirmed the drone attack, said no injuries, no one was harmed, but then wait 2 weeks from now and they'll say, oh yeah, there were some personnel that had concussions. Remember, that's been happening the last couple of times, but crazy. Anyway, now here's something I thought was interesting. A military delegation headed by this name here will visit Washington soon. And the American withdrawal may take 3 to 5 years. But if you go down here, according to leaks from political circles, the military delegation that will soon go to the U.S. will ask for 3 or 4 months to finalize the withdrawal arrangement. So I'm like, okay, does that mean soon in Iraq means 3 to 4 months? It, it would make sense, right? Okay, so if you want to read these other, and that article's long too. I don't know why that it gets into other stuff. So if you want to read that, Washington thanks Baghdad for hosting its forces. That's a short little article. Okay, yeah. So that's that. Okay, so remember the video that came out? Frank 26 brought it to the dinar community. Well, someone on Twitter. Uh-oh. Did I open something new? I did. Shoot. I have to close one of my. Here, I'll close that. Okay, here's Twitter. So here, it's this person right here on Twitter. I don't want to say the name because honestly, I don't know what I can say. Oh, yes. Matter of fact, YouTube Fair Use Act, Fair Use Disclaimer. Whatever I show is for commentary, teaching, critique, sharing, and it falls under the Fair Use Disclaimer Act. So I'm not really sure what I can say and can't say. But this is the person, if you use Twitter or even if you don't, I'm going to put a link to this. So this is the same video, but can you see here? Someone put the words in English. Let me stop that because I don't know if you can hear it. All right. But I just want you to see. Okay, see the words. So there they are in English. So yeah. So if you didn't watch the other one because you had to read the transcription below it, or transcript, whatever. There it is in English for you, and it's only 3 minutes. So, yeah, thank this person, whoever they are, for doing that. And like I said, I'll put the link. All right, so that's it. I apologize. I had to do this at this time, or it wasn't going to get done today, and I wanted to get it done. So, I don't know what the next event is to look for. I mean, other than the rate change, right? But I will still be watching. So today's Thursday. I doubt there'll be anything well, there's already new information out, but it's not anything exciting. But Saturday, maybe I'll do a post on Saturday, because Parliament meets for the first time since they've returned from their break. And yeah, but so if I don't post, see right here, so right above dollar, where it says dollar, I'm going to put link to Twitter video with English words. So the link will be there, and then if you click on it, it'll take you to that person's Twitter page. All right, so thank you for watching, listening. I appreciate you. I hope this is helpful. I don't like wasting people's time. And I know a lot of people can't do, they have to work and they have lives and stuff, and I don't, so I have time to do this, and I just hope it helps. Hope. Okay, so accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. And if there's a join, follow, subscribe, whatever type of button, wherever you're enjoying this content, please click, tap, swipe, or whatever you're supposed to do to activate it, because I don't post regularly. So if technology works as it is supposed to, if you do that, when I update, you should be notified. All right. So thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time frame you're enjoying this content. And until next time.